Let's go to Innsbruck in Austria and speak to Klaus Jurgens, a political analyst. Klaus, is this verdict, did it come as a surprise to you?
Well, hello. Nice to be back after such a long time. Indeed, it is a very important verdict here. Don't forget, it is a 4-year-long story and highly controversial. I think it is a very positive sign because, don't forget, this is all about Article 129b. It says if you are a member of a foreign terror group operating logistically, financially, whatever, from German soil, you basically commit a crime. Now, the verdicts between 6 years and 3 years, yes, they are in some eyes perhaps harsh according to a democratically run system. But then again, please let us look what is behind it. These people are responsible for the death of innocent citizens. There were bomb attacks and many other things carried out in Turkey. And the judges have found out that, roughly speaking, 500,000 euros were literally fundraised for a foreign terror group. It is, I think, a milestone. It might lead the way, hopefully, when we approach the bigger picture, which is, of course, the PKK.
And why have these groups found safe haven in Germany when Turkey considers what has designated them as a terrorist organization? How is that possible?
Well, we have to go back a long time, and I always say we go back to the 60s and 70s and 80s. I'm almost that old. Germany, post-war Germany, tried to establish a very liberal, a very modern democracy, not only economically, but politically, stopping at terror, of course. We had the RAF, the very, very dangerous and heinous terror organization on our own soil. But someone supporting with a flag Marxism or Leninism, it is a bit like selling the socialist worker newspaper in the United Kingdom. It was not considered as a crime. Basically, it was seen like the loony left, pardon me for these words. But under this umbrella of so-called liberalism, very radical groups mushroom, not only on the left, as we see now to the right as well. Germany, other countries for far too long turned a blind eye to their so-called sympathizer gatherings. You might meet in a tea house, you might have a newspaper, you might have a social contact network long before the internet. Now, luckily, it transpired that these people are definitely not in for a walk in the park, but they are highly dangerous. And yes, money laundering, fundraising, logistics on German soil for a foreign terror group.
Okay.
Finally, it's found a verdict.
So you said this is a milestone. Do you think, will we expect any sort of change in the German government's attitude after this trial? And you mentioned earlier, you touched upon the PKK.
I seriously hope so. Let us not forget that for many decades, and Turkey rightly complains about that PKK sympathizers freely roam our streets, including showing off illegal signs, posters, flags, and banners. And the EU has banned the PKK. Now, this is mushrooming far too much. I hope that German society will, first of all, if you see the German newspapers and the media this morning, you will see, of course, a Turkey-based terror group sympathizers have been found out in Germany. Of course, reaction number one, again, Turkey. Hopefully, reaction number two, the Turks have a point. Is there not this even more dangerous group, the PKK? Let us not forget that the TKP-ML actually supported PKK fighters. And I think there is a clear connection if this could now be established. Pardon me for saying it, okay, milestone in politics might be, maybe a deliverable is the better word out of business administration, a deliverable onto a milestone that European governments, European society understands foreign terror groups are not only a threat to a foreign country, they might as well strike next to your own front door.
Klaus, we'll end on that important point. Klaus Jurgens, thank you so much for your analysis.